Hello everyone, welcome back to OCD Recovery's YouTube channel. Today I want to ask you the question, or impose the question on you, what is so scary about going to a mental hospital? So before I go any further, as always, please subscribe. Let me know if maybe you have gone to a mental hospital. Let me know down below in the comments. I always answer. So I have gone to a mental hospital before. Now, it is important to talk about that most people, the vast majority of OCD sufferers, will not need to go to a mental hospital. The reason why I ended up in a mental hospital is because I kind of went 0 to 100. I had no tools. I was chronically latched with sensory motor. Obviously, I had obsessive compulsive disorder tendencies before, but it was full-blown latched for like 3 months, and I didn't know what was going on. I struggled with tinnitus and ended up in a mental hospital. So you got to ask yourself, what's so scary about going to the mental hospital? Now, usually the fears associated with that is the fear of going crazy, right? The fear of losing control. What happens if I do something, lose control, don't remember? The fear of rejection by society, maybe your partner, maybe your family, maybe your friends. I remember when I left the mental hospital because I was still in school and went back to school and was like, yeah, I was in the mental hospital. My friends said to me, what? Because they didn't understand what was going on, because they knew the Nick, the very irrational Nick, for the first 2.5 years of grad school. And then the back, 5 months, 6 months was brutal. I always talk about, I have no idea how I even finished my 4th national boards for 3 hours. I was so stuck with sensory motor and chronic anxiety. It was like total blackout mode. But I did it somehow. So it just goes to show you can do things when you're really suffering. So breaking down the fear. Really, at the core of the fear of being, institutionalized or going to a mental hospital or a psych ward, whatever you call it in your country. Baker Act was what it was called in Florida. I was taken. I went in my own volition, but because they took me there, I had to be kept for 72 hours under watch. It's usually conditional self-acceptance, right? You're usually afraid of what other people are going to think of you. The fear of what other people think of you in life is the number one way most people dictate their entire existence, which is really sad. So when you break down that, obviously it would be very uncomfortable, and I'm not saying you would enjoy the experience, but if you break it down and look at it, that what is the worst possible thing that could happen? If I went back right now, let's say I tanked off and I went back, what's the worst thing that could happen? Well, maybe everyone will judge me. Maybe everyone will think I'm a moron or I'm crazy. And I definitely wouldn't like that. Maybe it would affect my business and I would lose a bunch of clientele. And maybe I'd, lose the whole entire business and no one wants to see me anymore because I'm a crazy person. Even if that happened, I would not like any of that, but I could work around it. It's taken me a long time to see that. Now, at the time, the mental hospital fear didn't latch for me because I was so focused on sensory motor. But we have to ask ourselves, from an unconditional self-acceptance perspective, what is so bad about that fear of rejection? And then there's other things too, right? What happens if I lose control and I hurt someone? Maybe I hurt someone severely and I get put in jail, or they put me in the mental hospital for 10 years, right? Well, we can break that down as well. Look at Nelson Mandela, right? Wrongly accused, spent 27 years in jail, came out and literally said, how can we make this better for everyone? That is mind-boggling type of acceptance. For me to even conceptualize that after 27 years, to still come out with that attitude. Was there points where he probably said, this sucks? Of course, but he still kept his acceptance of other people alive. So even though if your worst case scenario happened and you went there, you could still work on unconditional self-acceptance. I mean, you still would probably get I got 3 meals a day. I got to meet cool people. I got to color. I had no responsibilities, right? I went there. My responsibility was, you need to talk to the nurse at this time twice a day. The rest of it was up to me. I could sleep when I wanted to. It was actually quite relaxing when you think about it. So there are actual benefits of that. So hopefully this video maybe triggered you a little bit, because this can be a fear for a lot of people. Remember, the core fear, the root of it, usually fear of rejection, fear of societal outcast, fear of going crazy. Thank you so much. Let me know what you think about this. Let me know if you've gone. Like I said, I went for 4 days in 2019. Again, most people, vast majority, will not need to go. It just was the best option for me at the time. If I knew Rob when it happened, I probably would have never went. But, we just didn't know what to do at the time. So thank you so much for watching and have a great day.